Well, hello there, Amanda. Here is our podcast.
We talked about lots of things. We talked about you and I are both big fans of Armour Force in this cold and flu season.
I like to call it by its other name, placebo.
And we argued about that because I know I've done stories in the Amazon where a quarter of all our pharmaceuticals that we use today have been synthesised from things that have been found in the jungle.
Of course.
Which is why those things actually, echinacea is a real thing.
Yeah.
Vitamins are real things.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
So why do you call it a placebo?
Because I just don't want to be ripped off by the man, okay? I want to be Johnny Suckerpants.
Okay. And be picked up by the fuzz?
Also, what about parenting influences?
Parenting.
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 Parenting?
Parenting.
Parenting. Parenting.
Parenting. Parenting influences.
Being forced to pay their kids.
This is happening in, I think it's Illinois, but I wonder if it'll spread somewhere. These are new child labour laws that if your kid is being part of you making money online, you have to pay them a certain fee and they have the right to say yes or no as to whether they want to be involved. These will be new laws.
Also, along those similar themes, tracking your kids' every movement via various apps and the like.
Yeah, we'll put that to the pub test. And the tribal drum is beating for here's what he's into now.
Mm-hmm.
It seems men will do anything just to show off and test themselves. We spoke about raw dogging yesterday.
What's wrong with having 6 windsurfers?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? 6. Everyone talks about happy wife, happy life. I don't agree. I think women go, oh, whatever. I don't have the strength to argue. I'm too busy taking care of things while men can spend a day. One guy I saw drives across county lines eating raw chicken to see how far he can go before he's sick.
A pioneer, that man is.
Get into the kitchen and pioneer that.
Enjoy the podcast.
Everybody
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller.
Amanda. Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
What is it, you can't
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Well, hello there, Amanda. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you going?
I'm doing all right.
You know a TV show I'm watching? I want to sing its praises. It's so good. It's got Asha Keddy in it. It's called Fake.
Fake.
And it's a true story. And I'd read about this woman and I've heard her being interviewed. She's an Australian journalist, smart, attractive, capable woman who kind of falls for this, like you don't know yet what his motivation is, but one of those guys who, because a chronic liar played by David Wenham. They're both brilliant in it. And just at the point where she's going, there's something going on here, then something real will happen. And she goes, no, I'm imagining it. She so wants to fall in love. She's, probably in her 30s, early 40s, and mum's sort of saying, oh, why don't you ever get a man? And so she wants to fall in love. Here's this dream guy, seems to be everything. And then she goes, something's just not right. Why does he keep changing plans? And why does this never happen? And then something real will happen again, and she'll feel, no, this is real. I'm being paranoid. So it's about being gaslit and about being ghosted, and then it's a fabulous show.
I'm going to put that on my list.
It's on Paramount Plus, I think.
Okay, I'm going to watch that. I was watching Fake last night as well.
Did you see it too?
No, I was watching Storage Wars. Show.
It's been outed as fake.
It's so fake. Oh, they go into a storage shelter. It's got a little storage unit.
Yeah.
And there's just pillows and old coat hangers. And
Nick Minute.
And then all of a sudden, out comes a leather jacket owned by Elvis, and it's got $50,000 in the pockets.
Yeah. That's so heavily curated.
That's malarkey.
No one's going to waste money filming on the off chance that something might be in there.
Well, I was only watching it because of Storage Wars Canada, and I'd just been to Canada. So
You're obsessed, eh?
Well, I'm obsessed, eh? I just wanted to see what they, I kind of miss the joint.
Yeah, but Storage Wars is a franchise that will be the same wherever it is.
Do we have Storage Wars Australia?
I don't think so. Because we don't have the space for the storage places, do we?
Yeah, you can rent those out right now. You can live in them.
Yeah, that's right.
You break into it and you find some poor young family.
Story reading today. Someone's renting out a balcony for $300 a week.
Yeah, excuse me.
A closed-in balcony.
But it's got plants and it's got running water.
This is where we are. I think I was telling you the other day, I heard the most Sydney story ever. There's a guy who is he's in his mid-30s, he's married, his wife's having a baby. He was training to be an orthopaedic surgeon. Got to the last hurdle where they only accept 2 or something, so he thought, well, I'm going to have to pivot now. We're going to be a radiologist. So he won't finish his studies till he's 40, but he's still working as a registrar. He's right up the top of the chain. They can't afford to live in their own home, so they've moved in with his parents to rent out their house. Is there anything more Sydney than that? Than even a specialist can't afford to live in his own home.
There's too many people coming in. It's just basic mathematics.
No, it's not that.
It is. We had the most immigration since the Albanese government's come in. It's like 726,000
people. But is that
people.
what's stopping?
It's 200,000 more than before. And this isn't about race or anything. It's just they've dicked around with the infrastructure in this place. They haven't built enough. And I was watching ACA last night.
But isn't everything building? Isn't that the only industry that's going gangbusters?
ACA last night. These dopes that run the government, there's a place in Blacktown, there's all these ex-Housing Commission houses, all empty, been empty for some years now, because they're not getting, the government are mucking around with DAs. They should be just building stuff. Just, if you're going to immigrate, if you're going to migration in, and you got to have migration to make a country grow, I appreciate that. But you can't just bring in 750,000 people and say, okay, well, sort yourselves out.
But we also need to have some rules also to stop it being impossible to find somewhere to live. Like I was reading an article recently. If you don't have the bank of mum and dad, that's what's creating the giant divide. Those whose parents can help them and those that aren't.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a family that can help you, there's no way in the world you're going to afford the Aussie dream.
Well,
we make rental really hard.
That's what we do for our kids now.
Yeah,
I'm doing that now.
That's right, me too. You can't win at the other end though, because if you want to keep renting in Europe, at least you have security. We don't give you that either. Mm-hmm. It's tough. It's so tough.
In the meantime, I've got a balcony that you can rent if you're interested.
We've got some plants on it, Brendan. Don't light them.
Just back from Canada. We got an action-packed show today. We have $500 with starting off the show with the man. What's the thing? Magnificent Seven.
Magnificent Seven.
I was so excited.
5,000. Did you say 5,000?
No, I said 500. You said 5,000.
$500 cash from Channel 7 thanks to the chase. That's what you'll win if you win this today.
Here he'd say lower. So it's 500. It's 500.
That's not the chase.
The chase.
He doesn't say lower.
But he used to that other show he used to do. You know, with a little.
Yeah, but this is about the chase.
Mountaineer.
We have to thank them for giving us $500.
It's a great show, The Chase.
All right, here's question 1. Austin Butler and Tom Hardy star in which film currently in cinemas about people who ride bikes?
What?
Lycra men.
Jam Nation. We have for you the Magnificent Seven. It's the best way to start the day. 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say...
Well, the person who answers question 7 correctly gets $500 cash from Channel 7's The Chase. Of course, if you go all the way through, you also get a carton of your favourite beer.
Of course. That could be you, Jeanette of Glenmore Park.
Hi, Jeanette.
Hi, Jonesy and Amanda. How are you?
Very well. Here's question 1. Austin Butler and Tom Hardy, 2 floor men, they star in which film currently in cinemas about people who ride bikes?
Austin Butler. I don't know.
Oh, I'm glad you've called through because we actually gave you the question a bit earlier.
Hasn't Jeanette got a lovely voice, though?
She's got a very nice voice.
Thank you for providing us that. Donna's in Rosebery.
Hello, Donna.
Hi.
What's the name of the film that's got these 2 hornbags in it?
The Bike Riders.
Bike Riders. What's it about?
It's about the Vandals Motorcycle Club, the Outlaw Motorcycle Club. It's actually based on the Outlaws Motorcycle Club back in Chicago.
Would I find it interesting?
Do you like motorbikes? Do you like guys being outlaw motorcycle clubs? It's
I like those 2 men.
I haven't seen it. I was going to go to the premiere and I was about to go, and then I read the invitation. The movie didn't start till 8:30 at night.
Do they think we're all on cocaine?
It was pouring down rain, and you know me, I couldn't go to the Bike Riders without riding my own Harley there. So I just thought I just can't.
You'll have to pay and sit at cinema like normal people do.
Sorry, what?
Exactly. Question number 2 for you. Which Australian city is famous for its trams, Donna?
Which Australian city? Melbourne.
Yeah, Melbourne.
Yeah, well, we're trying to have a crack at it now. We've got our trams
We'll
going.
never be famous for them.
The light rail. Look at it going along there at a walking pace. Let's play Sing It Back.
Sing it for me. Sing it back.
Just sing it to me.
Sing it back to me.
When this man finishes singing, you take over. Here we go, Donna.
I've lost it.
Oh,
Inside Out.
Let's give you another go at it. Go again.
Are you sure?
Inside Out, Ron.
Oh, Ryan, harsh.
Okay.
Whew, I guess we've got $500 on the line. We do have to be specific.
Thank you, Donna. 13 WSFM is our number. Why don't you give us a call, give you some shazamming time.
Jonesy and Amanda. Sam Nation. Podcast.
The Magnificent Seven. We find ourselves at question number 3.
Let's go to John in South Camden. Hello, John.
Good morning. How are you, Amanda, Jonesy?
Johnny.
We're playing Sing It Back. So,
Just
sing it to me.
Sing it back to me.
when Ricky Martin stops singing, it's your turn. Here we go.
Upside, inside, out. She's living La Vida Loca.
Nicely done, John. Have you got the hip swivel on as well?
Yeah, look at you, John.
Yeah.
You're living a crazy life. The Ecto 1A is the car driven by the characters in which 80s film, the Ecto 1A? Was it A, the Ghostbusters, B, Ghostbusters 2, or C, Daffy Duck's Quackbusters? Quackbusters.
When does the duck go quack?
Dude.
I just saw it. It was like a head.
I wouldn't have a clue, but I'll go with A.
It is. It's Ghostbusters.
Ecto 1.
What natural fibre are jeans typically made of, John?
Natural fibre? Denim.
No,
Is
but
it a fibre?
but no, denim's not the fibre.
Denim's
This fibre is made
byproduct
into the
of
denim.
this.
Sorry, John.
John. We're playing for sheep stations today, mate. Fiona's in Maryland.
Hi, Fiona.
Hi, guys. How you going?
Very well. What natural fibre are jeans made from? What?
I thought it was denim.
No. What product is grown that makes the denim?
Yeah.
Oh, wheat. I don't know.
Wheat jeans, Fiona. If
What a
anything,
chaff.
Fiona's certainly got herself man of the match. Scott's in McGrath Hill.
Hello, Scott.
Hello, Jonesy and Amanda.
What natural fibre is grown to make denim?
Is it cotton?
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
it's cotton. Cream of mushroom, potato leek and minestrone are types of what?
Potato leek and minestrone. Vegetables?
What's happened?
Minestrone is not a type of vegetable.
No,
Vegetables are in it.
Well, what's happened here?
Maybe it's the way we're reading them today. James is in
We're doing
Coleroy.
something wrong.
Hello,
Is
James.
this thing on?
Hi, James.
Good morning. Morning, Amanda. Hi, Jonesy.
Cream of mushroom, potato leek, minestrone are types of what?
They're all soups.
They are. I love this time of year because I'm a soup fanatic.
I had a soup with you yesterday.
You did, wasn't it nice?
I liked it because it had wontons in it.
And noodles, chicken
Yep.
noodle soup.
We're-
Good for us with all the colds and flus going
We're
around.
at our new building now, and there's a world of food eateries. A lot of Asian eateries around here. Not that I have a beef with that, but it's good. You know, we can get some good.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
that I have a beef with that.
No,
we
we-
had chicken.
No, I have chicken wontons.
Yeah, it was very nice.
But I was thinking, I had this thing the other day. One of those, you know, the bun mai rolls. Bun mai, yum.
Banh mi.
Bun mi, and they put the what's that other stuff?
Brendan, you're a broadcaster. Use words.
A pate on it. Which Aussie actress has just announced her pregnancy? Apparently.
It's Margot Robbie.
It's
It is.
Margot Robbie.
Because she hasn't actually said this.
Hasn't she? Because the papers
No.
are going big with
Well,
it.
and the news last
And there's
night.
a photo of her looking pregnant, let's face it. And
Well,
she's going to wear that cut-off top with a very pregnant stomach, then she knows what people are going to be
She might
saying.
have had a big beef burrito or something.
Well, they say sources say, so no, it must have been said somewhere.
Okay. Congratulations to you, James. You've won the jam pack. It's all coming your way. You've got $500 cash from Channel 7's The Chase. The Chase tonight, 5 o'clock on 7 and 7 Plus. Dinner at Lone Star Rib House and Brew. Maybe that's where Margot Robbie went, and that's why she's got the baby bump. It's a
Well.
food baby.
They'd be thrilled with the ad.
Discover the
Get a
taste
big
of
gun.
Texas with ribs, sneeze, and more. So good, that place. And Jonesy Amanda caricatures for the colour and standard pencils so you can colour as well. James, anything you'd like to add to this?
Well, it's raining where I am today, but that's made my day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James.
Thanks for that.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Is this thing on? Bring it on! Are we locked on?
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Well, my turn to flip through the Almanac, our big book of musical facts. What have we got today? Oh, on this day in 1988, Cheap Trick released their hit The Flame. It almost didn't happen. After the success of their song I Want You to Want Me, the band struggled for a decade to get back in the charts. So their record label asked them to work with outside writers. How humiliating. Guys, get someone else to write stuff for you. And The Flame was born. Guitarist Rick Nielsen wasn't happy with the idea when he heard the song. He just didn't like it. Didn't like the idea, didn't like the song. So much so that he yanked the cassette tape from the player and crushed it under his boot heel.
Oh, that'll do it.
Luckily, he was wearing his Nerf boot heels because the song survived and went on to be a giant hit.
Always terrible when it rained and he was walking in his Nerf.
Sound like Astro Boy.
Well, the stuff you learn, eh?
Jam Nation.
It's nice to be back from holidays. How are you faring up in the winter flu season?
I'm pretty good. A lot of people are sick, though. Everyone seems to have COVID, a cold.
Yeah.
What's that
RSV. My brother's had the RSV.
And some people say that feels worse than COVID.
Yeah. Well, because they've dropped long COVID. Remember they were talking about long COVID?
No one's dropped long COVID.
No, but long COVID is now not a thing.
Are you joking?
No, it's not a thing anymore.
No.
Yeah. They said...
Meaning people aren't getting it anymore, but they're not
saying
disputing the findings.
It's an excuse for people, I've got long COVID.
Are you joking?
This is what I read. This is a medical report. This is what a doctor said.
Saying long COVID's not a thing.
He's saying long COVID, but now it's replaced by RSV. So RSV is the new thing. What I do, I got my flu shot probably about 4 weeks ago, and then I go into the chemist and I load up on that Armour Force junk.
Yeah.
But I know it's a placebo.
I
and
think
I
it
say
is.
to Natasha at the chemist, I say, give me my placebo. And she goes, no, it's got... I said,
It's got echinacea and stuff.
Yeah, echinacea. But in my mind, what it does, I take it and it works for me.
But it does also have active ingredients. And I did a story in the Brazilian rainforest, Brendan, if you don't mind, where most of our pharmaceuticals have come from plants. So most of the stuff that are in the drugs that you take have been synthesized from actual plants. So all the cold and flu medications, the ones that you get even behind the counter, have been synthesized from the real world. So that's why it is valid that echinacea and all that kind of stuff, all the vitamins that are in there, are actually good for your health.
Yeah, but I'm not doubting it.
Sounds like, well, if you're calling it a placebo, you kind of are.
I call it placebo because, it takes a lot to fool me. Like if you're going to rip me off,
Well, it sounds like you're doubting. You just said what are you saying?
It works for me. It works for me. That's
but
my brain
the
works.
thing with Armour Force is, am I right in saying you're supposed to take it right at the beginning when you feel symptoms, but you don't take it all the time because it loses its efficacy?
Oh, that is a great word.
It is a good word, isn't it?
Like
I just wanted to show off and say
you had me a Brazilian before, but now you got me over the line with the efficacy.
Yeah. Do you know, in that same Brazilian trip, we went into this, it was just this shed, and these women were making aphrodisiacs, and they just looked like they could not have been more bored, and they're just scooping up bits and putting them into capsules.
What was in there? Spanish fly?
What is Spanish fly?
I don't know. It's just a thing.
It's a Carol Bayer Sager thing.
Spanish fly
but
was a
thing. But I took
thing.
some, made no difference.
Did it?
Dead as a door now.
So there you go.
I was on a Beyond 2000 trip. What
of course you were.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation
Podcast.
How do you feel about those influencers who use their kids in a whole lot of stuff? Because there's a whole lot of thing at the moment.
My niece, she uses her kids a fair bit in her stuff. And I like seeing it.
But is it family stuff or is she making a living from it?
No, she doesn't make a living.
That's what I mean.
It's cute.
If it's
and
cute.
I get to see what the kids are up to.
Of course, that's different to this. That she's not an influencer. She's just putting pictures of herself for a family.
Yeah, but this is where the lines, I guess, blur, the crossing of the lines from what's private and what's public.
Well, I think money makes that difference. People who earn a living doing it. There's a thing called sharenting. It's sort of mummy bloggers and sharenting. Sharenting is a term coined to describe parents sharing their kids' milestones online and doing it kind of in a backhanded way so that you make money from it. So there's, we all know millions and millions of dollars for posts about clothes, about products, about a whole lot of stuff, and often kids are kind of doing all that. For example, if influencers with more than 1 million followers can earn $20,000 from sponsored content.
Is that a year?
From what? No, that's from one post.
Just one post?
Yeah. Smaller followers can still earn a few $1,000s from a single post. So there's a lot of money in this. Well, a child labor law has been brought in Illinois. They've made an amendment to their existing rules that requires that children who appear in their parent or guardian's social media profiles must be paid.
Oh.
The bill states that children under the age of 16 should receive 15% of an influencer's gross earnings if they appear in at least 30% of the monetized content. So mums, dads and all of that must be responsible now for putting the earnings into a trust account. And as well as that, what is also written into the law is the child can request that their image and their use is deleted from content that they're featured in. And if the adult doesn't comply, the minor has the ability to sue for damages. Because this is a big thing. Forget the influencer world and all of that. Sharing your child's life online, that's publishing, as we know. That's what we tell our teenagers. But if you're doing that to them as 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, that's there forever for when they want to be a human and launch themselves on the world. That's there, and they've had no say in it.
And with the world of AI and facial matching and stuff, those images can be stolen.
Absolutely.
And used for other things.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Because did your kids go through that phase? And mine still do it to a certain extent, where you could not take a photo of them on your phone.
Yeah.
We'd go on holidays and I'd say, can I take a picture? And they'd pull rough heads and all of that. You know, so that's the images I have of them in my private phone collection. And if I put a picture of my sons and my dad on Instagram on the weekend because I've been in Brisbane visiting Dad, I knew enough to get permission from both kids saying, are you okay if I put this up? I would never share anything of them that they didn't give me permission to share.
My kids are that old. I've got pictures of them going up a Dickensian chimney to sweep it.
Didn't have to pay them in those days.
Back in those days. Just be thankful you haven't got the black lung, mate.
It's a far more honest way to earn a living.
It's a bowl of millet, gruel.
Gruel.
That's what they ate back then, gruel.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens, that, you know, whether this will head to other states, other countries. Keep an eye out.
Jam Nation.
Doing it for the gram right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Instagram.
Hook tour. You have 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. You get all the questions right, you win $1,000.
Yeah, how good is $1,000? But how good is $2,000? So you can take the $1,000 and run, that's great. But we have one bonus question. I'm looking at it now. If you get that right, you get $2,000, but it's double or nothing.
Brody's in Turramurra.
Hi, Brody.
Good morning. How's everyone?
We're very well, Brody. Are you ready to play today?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, Brody. Well, you're going to be faster off the mark, I'm afraid. We've got 60 seconds.
Maybe Brody's being cool, calm
I know.
and collected.
I'm happy for you to be that. But remember, there's only 60 seconds.
Yep.
10 questions. If you're not sure, Brody, say pass, because we usually have time to come back, all right?
Okay.
Okay, Brody, because here it comes. Get ready. Question number 1. What's the opposite of hot?
Cold.
Question 2. How many months are in a year?
12.
Question 3. Which two colours make up a zebra crossing?
White and black.
Question
black and
4.
black.
What sport is Formula 1?
Motor racing.
Question 5. True or false, the Empire State Building is the tallest building in the world?
False.
Question 6. What household item is often referred to as two-ply?
Toilet paper.
Question 7. Pink lady is what kind of food?
Apple.
Question 8. Who is the voice of Woody from Toy Story?
Pass.
Question 9. Prosecco originated in which country?
Italy.
Question 10. What is A in the phonetic alphabet?
Alpha.
Question 8. Who is the voice of Woody from Toy Story?
No idea.
Oh,
It was Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Brody, after all that, you played really well.
Wow, I thought you were going to do it.
You kept your cards very close to your chest.
You did.
You're very methodical, but you almost got there. Oh, Brody, thank you for playing.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Carry
Funny,
on,
that
Brody.
question, which two colours make up a zebra crossing? You almost went...
Red, white and black.
Yeah.
It's if you run over a zebra.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
We were talking a bit earlier in the last half hour about mums using their kids in social media, and in the state of Illinois, they're going to have to start paying their child some money. It was called sharenting, where women share their parenting tips and get paid for it, basically. Men do other things on social media. Yesterday we spoke about raw dogging. Mm-hmm. This was a trend at the moment where guys go on a plane on a long-haul flight and they watch no movies, they put no earpods in, some of them don't have meals or drink water, and they just watch the flight pattern. And a whole lot of women responded to that saying, I've got 3 kids. When I fly, I dream of just having time to do that. But men like to test themselves in weird ways. I've seen this guy. He eats raw chicken and then sees how long he can go until he gets sick. He was driving. Ryan's rubbing his face. This guy was driving and he had a whole raw chicken in his hand and started biting into its neckle regions to see how far he could drive before he got sick.
I blame the internet.
Well, he says he's never been sick. He eats raw chicken meat. He's done it every day since January 19 until he gets a tummy ache. He said he's never been sick, but he eats raw chicken and just films himself then driving or going to events to see if he's going to get sick.
It's a niche market, isn't it?
I've seen these other guys. Have you seen this? The elastic ear pull game.
Yeah.
This is where 2 guys loop some elastic or leather around their ears and they face each other and then pull away from each other.
Yep.
And the one who gives in first is the loser. I think they're all losers, actually, funnily enough. What's with guys?
Ice baths. You know, your brother, he's got an ice bath.
And when he's not in the ice bath, he's going for a kayak. He's taken up early swimming lessons early in the morning. As someone said yesterday, why don't guys just get therapy?
He swims and he kayaks or?
Not at the same time. Different mornings. Mornings.
I guess so. But men need activities.
Men need activities?
You recently visited your brother. Was the ice bath, is it still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing. My son went into the ice bath.
Of course, Jack.
Jack, of course, went into the ice bath.
How did he go with it?
Well, at the beginning, he had to put his hands and his feet out because it's just so painful, but then he got used to it.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Did he release a misogynistic podcast?
But people talk about happy wife, happy life. I think it's the other way. Women acquiesce. They go, oh, whatever keeps you happy. So it's the men that have these expensive and strange and weird pastimes and hobbies. Mm-hmm. Women sit quietly and read a book, might meet up with friends and eat a piece of cheese and have a glass of champagne. Men seem to have these unwieldy and strange hobbies.
Not me.
Well, how many bikes have you got?
Well, it's, you know.
And tell me, you've got a boat, you've got a windsurfer, you've got a stand-up paddleboard. I mean, you're an 80s tampon commercial. And you went horse riding on your holidays. You've done it all.
I did.
Well, look, the tribal drum is
I didn't have to leave a party with a jumper tied around my waist.
The tribal drum is beating for, here's what he's into now.
So basically, ladies.
Or men, dob in yourselves if you like.
What are you into now?
What are you into now? What is it?
And we promise... Well, I promise I won't heap derision.
I can't promise anything.
Jam Nation.
Here's what he's into now. Tribal drum is been for this.
As someone said yesterday, anything but therapy, it seems.
My late father-in-law, Ron, used to drink a cup of mud. I said, Ron, you're drinking mud.
So is it just bad wine? What was mud?
That was Tibetan clay.
Oh, it actually was mud.
Yeah, it was mud. But he was saying, it's Tibetan clay. It's got all these healing properties and stuff like that. I said, but essentially, it's just mud. You know, kava, which I love when I go to Fiji, it is like mud, but at least you get a little bit, you get something out of it.
There's no alcohol, there's no hallucinogenic properties to the mud?
Yeah, no, you just apparently feel good. But you're just drinking mud.
Yeah.
And then you got your weirdo mate that eats chicken.
Yeah, not my weirdo mate, this guy I've been reading about, raw chicken man. He bites into a piece of raw chicken, films himself doing it and sees how far he can get before he gets sick. Mm. He's doing it every day. He said so far he hasn't been ill. Hard to believe. Don't try this at home, I'd say.
Here's what he's into now. David has joined us.
Hello, David. So you're dobbing yourself in. What are you into?
Good morning, crew. There was a list, but one of the quirky things I'm into these days is flying radio control aircraft, but not small ones. So most of my go-tos are 2 and 2.5 metre wingspan, sort of most weekends. Right. Exhilarating, fun, yep, and the technology in our hands these days is awesome.
That sounds like an expensive thing to do, though, David, is it?
when you're learning, you tend to crash a few, but they're the least expensive planes. So the idea is when you start getting the expensive ones, hopefully you don't crash as much.
That's exactly how David answers that question to his wife.
And how do you transport them? Do you have to buy a trailer or something?
Look, I've got a four-wheel drive, any bigger than my 91-inch edge, which is 2.4-metre wingspan. The wings come off, and so does the rudder, and it just fits in the car with the tail of the plane on the centre console.
Yep. I was watching. I follow it on Instagram. I follow.
Oh, no, Harley does too. Harley loves this stuff.
There was this guy flying his Fokker around.
Can I ask you, David? Is there a woman in the group?
Not many females do it, I'm afraid. There's a couple that I'm aware of, but that's statewide. So there's probably only three or four statewide, that have the ability,
And it's interesting that, and no disrespect, but men can spend an entire day doing this. And women feel guilty if they sit down for half an hour to read a book.
That's your own
it's
guilt.
so true.
That's your own guilt.
I know, and maybe it is.
It's your own guilt.
Maybe
but
it
man,
is.
If you want to go and get a face tattoo, I'm not going to.
And if it takes me 2 days to do it, and so I've done no shopping, no cooking, no cleaning in the meantime, great.
I got a Samoan mate. He's getting a traditional Samoan tattoo on his chest, and not these pansy ways they do it now. This is like a full-on Samoan guy with a stick.
Old school.
And he's Samoan. And the thing about it is he's not allowed to. I've got to get this right. He's not allowed to have any sort of sexual relations leading up to or while it's
So what
happening.
his wife said?
No, that's what he has to take himself off the mark.
Is there a purity moment? Is there a purity?
He's like full on into it. And I don't know how. The last time I spoke to him was a couple of years ago, so I haven't seen him for a while. So I'd be interesting to see how it's all going. But that's what happens.
Hello, Ian.
Good morning, Amanda and Jonesy. How are we all?
Great, thanks, Ian.
What are you into, Ian?
I like taking photographs of funny signs on toilet doors.
How funny are they? What kind of signs are they?
Well, it's on the outside, not the written scroll you get on the back. There's a pub in Canberra.
Yep.
It's called the Duck's Nuts. The doors to the toilets are black. On the female toilet, it has a duck, and on the bottom sign says no nuts. And on the men's toilet, it has a duck with a set of testicles, and it's got nuts. And there's a pub in Goulburn, and there's a mural in the men's toilet overlooking the urinal with four ladies checking out the talent.
I like it.
And so you take photos of
these. So this is the artworks that denotes the various toilets.
Difference between women and men. And do you show them to your friends or is it just your personal thing?
Show them to friends and then put them all in a photo album. And there's another one. A man has a derby hat and a moustache, and on the female's toilet it has a bit of lipstick and a tiara.
Yeah, it denotes the women to the men.
Yeah. I saw one the other day outside the women's toilet.
What do they do for the?
It's just a giant sign that had blah 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 blah.
Well, that's the trans. This is the future we're living in.
No, I thought it was just meaning that women talk a lot.
Oh,
that's what I thought.
Okay,
maybe I misread it.
Ian, have you seen what about the gender non-specific dunny?
And it's non-expensive either.
I don't answer the question.
He doesn't want to be led down that path, Brendan.
As long as that camera doesn't go into the toilet, Ian, I see nothing wrong with that.
As I said, anything but therapy.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
All right, let's get started. Brace yourselves. Come on, baby. Bring it home.
It's good to be a man.
It seems to be that way. We spoke yesterday about how men need to test themselves, raw dogging it on a flight, meaning that long-haul flights with nothing to watch, sometimes nothing to eat, just looking at the screen with the flight tracker, and that's all. And men boast about this.
We become collectors of stuff. Remember how I took up windsurfing, or swearing as I like to call it? I like to think that I've rounded a corner with windsurfing now. But the thing is, the other day I was looking, I've got 7 windsurfers.
Are you joking?
I've got 7.
Why?
Because what happens, people sell them on eBay.
And then you buy them. I understand how
they'll put
commerce works.
They'll put, goods and services. They'll put it on eBay for $20, no reserve. They want like $300 for it. And I get it for $20.
But then what do you want?
And then my neighbour said to me, he said, I've got a windsurfer I don't use. Would you like to borrow it? I said, sure. So now I've got all these windsurfers.
But are they all different?
Yeah, they're all different. That's the other
But different enough?
Yeah, different enough.
And your wife, she goes, whatever. The idea of happy wife, happy life does not exist. This is a fake trope. It is happy man, happy... Yeah. Think that rhymes with that. Happy spouse, happy house.
I went windsurfing one time and got caught missing missing for 6 hours. My wife didn't even notice.
Yeah, that's her dream.
I came back exhausted.
Yeah, sit home and read a book.
Look like Tom Hanks from Castaway.
You'd eaten your own buttocks.
She'd married the dentist. Anyway, the tribal drum is...
The tribal drum is beating for... Here's what he's into now.
Steve has joined us.
I'm thrilled that men have called. I thought women would call and complain about men. Men are owning up to it. Hello, Steve.
Women are too busy dropping the kids off at school.
And doing all the work. Hello, Steve. What are you into now?
Good morning, guys. You know Cars the movie, don't you?
Yes.
With Lightning McQueen and Sally and Mater and all those lovely guys.
Yes.
I have over 2,000 models of different things with probably about 43 Lightnings, different colours, different models. And now I've started on the baby cars. The original one's about 2 inches long.
Yeah.
And the babies are about 1 inch long. And every time kids come to my house, they just drop their jaws and say, wow.
And Steve, do you let them play with them?
No, don't be silly.
Collectibles. What are you, crazy?
And Steve, do you also buy other merch? Like, have you got them on mugs and caps and things?
I've got caps, I've got towels, with Route 66 on, all that type of thing, and photos of different cars and stuff. It's been collecting it for about 50, well, since the first movie came out, I fell in love with it, and then Coles had the little cars on the shelf, so I kept buying them and kept buying them and kept buying them. And Mrs. Claus said to me, no more. And I say to her, there's always room for one more.
And do you have like a shelf at home for them? What do they live in?
I've got 4 glass cabinets full of them. I've got racks as well, on the wall. You name it, it's there.
Steve, I think it's a great hobby. Amanda's face just gave away that she thinks you're a weirdo.
Happy husband, happy something that rhymes with it.
But he's not taking pictures of toilet doors. Thank you, Steve. You keep doing what you're doing.
Wow.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation podcast.
Let's get on down to I've often wondered about those little apps that you can track the whereabouts of your children on, and I've thought, well, in my day, we never had that. We never knew about those things. On the news last night, though...
Parents who use tracking apps to monitor the movements of their teenagers are being warned tonight that they may be doing more harm than good. The popularity of the apps and the tracking devices has surged in Australia. But experts now say they can be bad for the mental health of both parents and their children.
And you know why? Because you're constantly on edge. You're constantly
hypervigilant. When Jack was, he likes a party, when he was living at home, I'd wake up 18 times a night. Is he home? What time is it? Et cetera, et cetera. The minute he moved out of home, and I was dreading my kids leaving home. There's a certain freedom to it because now I don't know what they get up to and that's okay. Yeah. Whereas if I've got friends who've got the Life 360 app on their kids, they check where they are. When does the hypervigilance end? This is what I'm interested in. Are kids less safe now than they used to be? I don't think they are.
No.
So why do we do this? Why do we need to know? And everyone says that safety. Where does the safety end and just wanting information about their lives kick in? All the girls who work with us, most of them have these apps with their friends. So they know where their friends are at any given moment. How exhausting.
I think it's fraught.
It's fraught with anxiety. It's fraught with feeling left out. It's fraught with constantly feeling that why are they doing that and I'm not doing it? How do you ever relax?
I remember when I was 17, I ended up in a hospital emergency ward twice in 24 hours and my mother never knew about it. I just came home after the weekend. And the nurse said, oh, my God, what are you here for again?
What were you in for?
Firstly, I stood on a broken bottle and chopped my foot open.
Right.
So I had to go and get stitched up. We were camping. So my mates took me to the hospital and then they let me go. And then in the morning, I were throwing rocks and a mate threw a rock and it hit me in the head and smashed my eye. So I had to go back to the hospital.
Quite the weekend, Brendan.
And the nurse was finishing her shift. She said, oh, my God, who did this? And I said, it's just my friends. Well, maybe you should get new friends.
Yes.
But that was, back in the 80s when everyone was blissfully unaware.
Look, there's a fine line between if your kid's in hospital you'd like to know and watching where they are at every given moment. And everyone says safety. Do the kids need that safety? How do they feel being constantly monitored? How do you feel constantly monitoring?
What do you think?
Jam Nation.
Jonesy and Amanda in the morning. 101.7 WSFM.
I don't know about this story about Elton John.
What do you mean you don't know about it?
I just, I like Elton John.
Would you like to keep this private? It was reported on TMZ this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Elton John is world famous, but as I say here, even Elton John can't stop nature calling. So a shop owner in France, he was shopping with his kids, his sons 13 and 11, in a sneaker shop, a shoe shopping expedition. And the shop owner says that the singer, well, I'll get to that bit in a minute.
Okay.
He asked if there was a public restroom he could use. He was in there also with his bodyguards. He was told there wasn't one available. So this person, Elton John, apparently grabbed a plastic bottle from his security guard and proceeded to relieve himself just a few steps away where they were standing. So this must happen more than once, or why would he have an empty bottle with him?
77.
The 77-year-old allegedly left several drops of urine on the shop floor and then asked for a towel to clean it up.
Okay.
So the shop owner said the incident left him shaken and frustrated. He didn't know who the singer was. You'd think Elton's outfit might have given it away, but he asked what the older man did for a career, and Elton John said simply, "I'm Elton John. I'm Batman."
Well, that's
he should have said, "I'm Bernie Taupin." Why would you admit to it? He was creating his own yellow brick road. And then when the owner asked him for an apology, he said, "Sorry seems to be the hardest word."
Well, thank God it wasn't the brown dirt cowboy. But he's still standing. And
here we go.
See, that just works. We didn't even plan that. That just happened.
Just happened.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation. Podcast. We're not gonna take it.
I want you to get up right now.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore."
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test today. Tracking your kids, does it pass the pub test? Many parents use the apps like Life 360, Find a Friend or Apple AirTags to keep tabs on where their kids are at.
Yes, the use of these has grown by about 36% in Australia last year. 1.9 million monthly users. So we have been told that, yes, parents like to know that their children are safe and secure, but what kind of potential long-term damage does this do to kids to know they're under surveillance, and for the parents who have to be hypervigilant? It's exhausting.
And it's not the little flog kids that go around stealing cars because their feckless parents aren't watching where they're at. It's just normal parents.
What do we need to know? Are children more unsafe than they used to be? How do you feel? Tracking your kids, does it pass the pub test?
I didn't like it until 2 weeks ago when my 7-year-old granddaughter, the bus went the wrong way and we're telling them to get off the bus at a bus stop, and I was then changed my mind because I knew where she was. It was frightening to think that they were going to get off the bus at a bus stop where she didn't know.
Yeah, I actually like them. I've got a teenage daughter and she just turns her data off. I don't monitor. I think if we constantly look at them, that's on us. And you can set zones. My wife knows when I'm leaving work. I don't have to ring her, and she can say, pick up some milk, or, when we leave the house, it just gives you a bit of a notification. So, I think it's good for monitoring and alerts, but definitely not for tracking 24/7. We shouldn't be doing that.
I think they're a good idea. A friend of mine's daughter-in-law had a stroke while driving out in the bush and was unconscious for 12 hours. And no one knew where she was, so I think they're a brilliant idea.
Well, we didn't have them in our days, and we got along just fine. Everything turned out all right with us, but, it's going to help look after the kids at a younger age, it's okay, but I don't think it's any good for, tracking down your mates and dealing with your mates and that.
Maybe I needed that about 43 years ago. My son just started kindy. He's now 48, and he wagged. And then he come home about 2 o'clock because he got scared.
Who wags kindy? Like you've just started.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Mark with an E reached out to us.
E-Mark?
E-Mark. He reached out to us yesterday.
Yeah, he was telling us about a fundraiser. It's called Cars for Corinne. It's at Morisset Showground, August 11, 8 till 1. And the money that is being raised is going towards a woman called Karina Farrell, who has a fight with MS. He said he doesn't know her very well, but she's done a lot of fundraising stuff herself, especially for Westpac helicopters. And she's asked for nothing, but he feels that she needs some stuff. She's 29 years old. She's got 5 children under the age of 10, and he's just observed what's happened with that family, and it's really touched him. I know that they want some of that money to go for stem cell treatment.
Yeah, well, it's not going to cure what she's got, but when she's in pain, she feels like she's been submerged in like a bath of cold water with electric shocks. She's now suffered 2 strokes, I think, in the last few years. You know, she eventually could end up in a wheelchair, and the kids are looking after the younger kids, like they're changing nappies for them, they're getting them breakfast, and, you know, and they've got close family members who help, and they're financially getting ruined, you know, from all the medical bills and stuff like that. He had a good job, but all their money is just dwindling, and they need about $80,000. She's got a GoFundMe page. I think it's up to $24,888. You know, even if people, if they go buy a coffee, instead of buying a coffee for themselves, stick $8 in there for you. You only need a few thousand people to get the money back up, you know?
It's true.
And you guys are great. We spoke to Mark, as we said yesterday, and we put up the information about the GoFundMe. People have donated $50, $10, $100, $200. Thank you so very much for what you're doing. I'm going to donate, and Jonesy, you said you'd do the same.
Sure. Whatever you put in, I'll put in.
Okay. Well, also, so her name is Corina, Corrina, her GoFundMe page.
How do you get to the GoFundMe page? Where's that? I always got some details on that. That would be helpful, girls.
We'll have those details on our socials. The link is up on our socials.
Right.
But I can't help thinking about what family life is like for her. She's under 30. She's got 5 kids, which is hard enough. But to not be able to look after them, to have good days, and when the bad days are bad, she can't get out of bed. We thought we'd talk to her husband, Bo, next to give us some insight into what life's like.
Jam Nation. Good thing that Mark reached out to us. He just wanted to organise a little car show for Corina, who has MS. She also has 4 kids.
5 kids under the age of 10.
Under the age of 10.
Must be very hard.
This lady has done a lot of stuff raising money for Westpac Helicopter and stuff, and this is sort of the thing that is great about radio. And in my time in doing this, people just, a lot of people approach us with stuff. And sometimes we can help, sometimes we can't. But here, it's as simple as just promoting the Cars for Corina show, which is at Morisset Showground, Newcastle Way, on August the 11th.
And also to draw attention to the GoFundMe.
Exactly. So, but if you just go into the car show and you're in Morisset, $10 just to get in there, that goes straight to Corina, and she needs the help at the moment.
Well, we thought we'd talk to her husband, Bo, to get an insight into what life is like for them at the moment. Hello, Bo. How are you?
Good, yourselves?
Not too bad. So, Bo, give us the rundown, and what a story. How old was your youngest child when Corina was diagnosed with MS?
She was born the day, she was just about 6 months old, but it started when she had our youngest daughter.
Right.
After she gave birth.
So she had symptoms then and started to investigate what might be going on with her?
Yes, yep.
Well, what a shock to the system to find out that it was MS. And we heard yesterday from Mark there are some days where it's hard for her. What are some of the bad days like, if you don't mind me asking?
Some bad days. Her legs won't work. She has fits. She can't get out of bed. She has ice bath pains, electric shock pains. The kids have to get themselves ready for school. It just makes it hard because I can't be in 2 places at once. I need to go to work as well, and
Yeah.
Well,
you got to put food on the table.
Yeah.
And as Mark, he doesn't even really know you guys that well, but he just thought, there's something I can do. So he's put together this car show, and he pointed us out to the GoFundMe page, and we've got people putting money in there. I don't know if we can get to the $80,000, but as Mark said, if you instead of buying a coffee, $4.50, you put in there, and that's it. We'll see how we can go with this.
But you also have to, you can't help putting yourself in Corina's position and think how hard that must be. So the older children, the oldest is what, 10?
Yeah, she's 10, yes.
And she's looking after the baby. How are you making it work?
We just got to sort of make it work. It's what we've got to do. It is hard sometimes, and sometimes I've got to take days off work as well to help out.
Well, we're in your corner, Mark.
We absolutely are.
Rather, I should say. What we'll do is we'll get this on our socials. We've got the links to the GoFundMe page, and you're in our minds. You're on our front burner.
You are, Bo, and we might also give some thought to things that we can do for you and your family along the way, as well as drawing attention to the fundraising. I know that the money is for stem cell work, but it sounds like you could probably do with some other stuff as well. So we might give some thought to how we can make life a little bit easier for your family for those bad days.
We appreciate that very much, and we're very thankful for that.
Oh, you don't need to say that, Bo. We don't want you to have to be grateful to us.
We got your back, bro. We're saying that I hate, but at the same time, we've got your back.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Bo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good on you, Bo. Say hi to Karina and the kids for us. So there you go. We've got all the details of the GoFundMe thing. So, we'll see how far we can go with this.
I just can't imagine how tough that must be. Little kids in the house.
God.
So hard.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation Podcast.
What does the year 1984 mean to you, Amanda?
What was I doing? I had just finished university. I felt like my life was beginning. I think I might have got a job at Simon Townsend's Wonderworld.
Oh,
they were my best years. I loved
time.
it. I was a researcher. I'd go out dancing at night, dance around my handbag. I loved it.
You used to wear the dungarees?
I used to wear the dungarees. It was all happening for me. What were you doing in those years?
1984, that was my last year of school.
6th time around.
Year
Lucky
7.
you.
Year 7. That was year 10 of school. Am I right? What does 1984 mean to you?
I think it was like a book I had to study in school.
Yes.
Were you born?
No. How old do you think I am?
I can't do math.
What year were you born?
98.
Oh, my God.
So what age were you when I started working here at this radio station? At what age?
I think I was 5.
Oh, my God.
Don't get depressed. Push through, Brendan. Push through.
I've been here so long, people have forgotten that I'm here.
Oh, that's not true, Jeff. Come on.
Anyway, also from 1984, if you play this, women of a certain age just go Burko. Bolero.
I think of men going Burko because wasn't this from the movie 10
Yes.
Bo Derek?
Oh, Bo Derek. Good Lord. She's still with us, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Oh, good. I always get it confused with Farris Forrest because poor old Farris.
Farrah's not here.
But Bo's still with us. But man.
But so that music was also, though, from the Winter Olympics at Sarajevo when Torval and Dean skated into history.
And for those like you, Ryan, Torval and Dean were an ice skating duo.
And it's incredible to think that an ice skating duo were the most famous people in the world. When you talk about it now, it's hard to imagine, but they were.
They got perfect sixes for that very routine.
500 people in Zetra Stadium are seeing history. That are sixes across the board.
I don't know what
they
she
didn't
said.
get a 10?
No, it's all sixes.
It's out of 6?
And
now
now
you've
the
got 3 sixes. Dance of the devil.
Check the scalp. Are you saying that Torval and Dean are in league with Beelzebub?
No, because they got 6 sixes.
But still, if you put Bolero on, it's all okay. But they're coming back. They're going to be doing a show.
You know, I hadn't heard any of this. I did a quick Google while the last song was playing. And when you say they're coming back, they've never been away. They're coming to Australia to do a show, and that will be their swan song. They are retiring. They've been skating together for the last 40 years.
Wow.
Amazing. How exhausting. And remember, there was lots of speculation. People saying, are they going out? Because the intimacy, the chemistry between them is undeniable. But they've both gone on to marry other people. Christopher Dean has been married twice.
Yeah.
Jane Torval, is that her name?
Yep.
She's been married. So they're married to other people, but they have this incredible chemistry. As they've said, it's not partners, it's not lovers, it's not brother and sister, it's something else. In Tasmania, that's all one thing.
Right. What?
Skating around the obvious.
So they've been skating all this time. So I was worried. I saw the news last night. I went, are they just putting the skates back on? It's going to be like,
What do you mean?
Well, it'd be hard.
Oh, did you think they haven't done it for 40 years?
I thought they haven't done it for 40 years. I wonder how they... Bolero is pretty complicated.
No, they're coming to Australia to do a big spectacular called Our Last Dance.
Right.
And that will be their final send-off. Mm-hmm. They've been skating all this time and then they're retiring. How old are they? They've been skating together for 50 years, it says here.
50 years.
Oh, but they're hard on the bones and the joints and everything.
And there's not a bum in the face.
Well, they're so familiar with each other, they must just go, stick your bum in my face and let's just get on with it.
And take the money.
I look forward to welcoming them to our shores.
Yeah, right.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation
Podcast.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out. It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
We have $20,000 for our favourite ghoulie of the year. What have we got today?
You know what gets my ghoulies? The state of the roads. We all know how bad they are, the lumps, the bumps, the potholes. You've got to swerve all over the place to try and avoid the worst of them. Well, it's so bad now that my Jonesy and Amanda bobblehead has been wrecked. Your heads both jumped off in bad potholes. Jonesy, yours is rolling around on the floor somewhere. Amanda, yours fell neatly, plop, into one of the cup holders, but it's wrecked. It's no good. That really gets my ghoulies.
Wow.
That's a
classic.
Was manufactured in China.
That is
surely.
That's a classic
the best
story.
quality.
It's not about our bobbleheads. It's about how bad the roads are.
Not China's manufacturing.
No.
Well, that's second to none. What else have we got?
What really gets my ghoulies is when my housemates do not properly scrape their plates before loading the dishwasher, especially if they've been eating eggs and then the eggs remnants get cooked in the dishwasher and then the whole kitchen stinks like eggs for like 3 days.
Aren't we told that the dishwasher works best where there's grime and grit for
That's
it to
what
wash off?
the dishwasher people say that, so you use more of their product.
How do you use more of their product?
Because the plate comes out dirty and it hasn't been washed properly, so you use another dishwasher tablet, you put it back, and it's the same as the rinse and repeat, people.
No.
You don't have to wash your hair twice. It's marketing.
No, I think that it's made to wash off those things. It senses it, doesn't it? That's what they say.
That's okay, Johnny Suckerpants. Out with the bad, in with the good if you dip down.
That's the lamest thing I've ever heard.
I like Johnny Suckerpants.
Sure.
It sounds good to say. Contact us via the iHeartRadio app. It's 3 to 9.
Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend wins a double pass to Chicago the Musical. It's on at the Capitol Theatre now until 28th of July. Be a crime to miss it.
Yeah.
Look at chicagomusical.com.au.
Get the Jonesy and Amanda tea towel and key ring as well.
Every morning we do what we call the Magnificent Seven. It's kind of an early morning sprint for the brain.
Yeah, it's a warm-up.
A trivia quiz. And sometimes early in the morning, not everyone's up to scratch. The question we had at number 5 was, what natural fibre are jeans typically made of? And everyone was saying denim. So,
well, you had to be a bit more specific.
Yeah.
And
that product is grown that makes the denim.
Yeah.
Oh, wheat. I don't know.
That was Fiona from Maryland's.
Yeah.
Wheat. It goes into your denim. It'd certainly chaff when you wore it.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
You giggled hysterically
I laughed at the time.
Mr.
That was the first time I heard.
Sucker Pants. And you give me nothing with that brilliant pun.
Excuse me. It's Johnny Suckerpants.
Well, I guess we'll be back tomorrow.
Ugly Phil is next with the greatest prize of all time.
And you can check out the stuff that didn't make it on today's show. The Jonesy and Amanda Cutting Room Floor podcast on iHeartRadio.
We'll be back from 6 to 9 for Jam Nation.
See you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over. Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, tears from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Damn Nation podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.